Okay, folks, so we'll go ahead and have the final Q&A session. So we did have a couple of questions, and you can continue to send those to us. We'll try to grab all the questions that we see coming in. One question was, will the slide decks be available to us? And the answer to that is hopefully yes. So we are going to be requesting from the speakers PDF copies of the slides that they graciously presented. And in fact, and we're also, we've recorded this entire webinar, and we plan to make the talks available, the recordings of the talks also available.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and this is Mike. So there's a question, quote, are you concerned about D3R overload by running 2 big challenges a year? And I think that, fundamentally, I think we want to do what was most useful for you, for the community. But as background, I guess, the initial vision of this, I think, from the NIH was to do something like 4 to 6 challenges per year, at least 4 to 6 data sets worth. So in a sense, this is, at any rate, going towards the ultimate goal of a continuous pace. The other thing is that I guess there's a sense in which maybe this can be taken as a motivation to further automate the kinds of methods that people are developing, which has an additional benefit potentially of removing the human factor and really testing the algorithms. But I must say, ultimately, we would appreciate input from you about how best to make use of the data that we have. And if people want to actually, send comments right now in real time by typing them in, we'd be happy to relay those.
Yes, and I imagine, and I'm sort of going a little bit, I'm running off the cuff here, Mike, but I think that after this webinar concludes, we will likely be sending out some sort of short survey or poll to get sort of more concrete feedback in a quantifiable form about the pace of challenges and also the nature of the challenges. So if there are particular types of methodologies that the community seeks blinded challenges on, for example, with covalent docking, et cetera, we can look at sort of the data that we have already donated to us and see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so we don't see any additional questions coming in, or at least I'm not detecting any. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up what I think has been a pretty good webinar. I think we can thank everyone again for all their participation, not only in the webinar today and the great set of talks that we had from all the speakers, but also to the community for continuing to support these efforts and participating. Yeah,
we know it takes, I know from personal experience, it takes courage to do this. You put your results out there and you don't know what's going to happen. So I salute everybody who participates and appreciate it. Hope we continue to learn together.
Yeah, and hopefully we see you all in La Jolla in next February.
Yeah, next year in La Jolla.
Next year in La Jolla, right. Okay, thanks everyone.
Bye-bye.